So we're actually seeing mass adoption happening. And I love to look at how, if, doing this for the past like 6 years, uh, we've been able to see that this started out as a hyper intellectual movement. And that detracted a lot of people that look at things as very binary, problem solution. Blockchain doesn't solve a problem, but it is a hyper intellectual movement that attracts deep intellectual thinkers, engineers, developers, entrepreneurs looking to solve problems. And now we're getting into this era where you watch an NBA game and you watch the NBA finals, you're going to see crypto.com. You're going to see Coinbase, you're going to see FTX, like all of these crypto exchanges dumping hundreds of millions of dollars into marketing to get you to buy these tokens. So we're starting to see the mass adoption. Is it the adoption that we thought around the technological movement? Well, I would actually say, yeah. Developers are flocking to the internet 100% month over month. Movement of developers coming into the Web3 world. They see that there's an economic component. There is an intellectual problem to solve. There's more purpose behind it. There's more you can do. So when people are saying like, oh, it's not at mass adoption, it's like you need to start looking where developers are going, because they're going to drive where consumers go then, because they're going to build the tools that consumers engage with. So I think we're at a very interesting onset of how we define ownership. I actually get sweaty palms when I hear that term, because it's the same thing. Like I own a piece of Constellation. When ownership is like, we're going through like, what does ownership mean? Do I need to have an equitable stake in Constellation to orchestrate or prioritize the outcome of development or marketability of the platform? No, I need to have this cryptocurrency, participate in the platform, have a voice through marketing governance that's really shifting the socioeconomic movement.
That was a really, really good kind of compressing all that down for a lot of people to listen to. So anyone that is kind of wondering how developers in the space think, I think that Ben just gave a really good oversight into kind of, there's a lot going on, but there's a clear vision. Like you can see it. You guys know exactly where you're going. It's just the preparing for that tsunami, because that's where you want to be able to funnel the energy into the correct ways and not have, lose 80% of the people off into the Doge Shibu world, of which they have no idea, but they're being told that this is a proper investment. And that's one of the biggest challenges that real teams like you guys face. And I'm not knocking Doge or Sheep. They serve their own purpose, which is memes, and they do a great job of that. But there's actual real world problems that can be solved with blockchain and very effectively over and above anything that Web2 can offer. Diggles.
Yeah, I would love to add to it because John Oliver had like this bit back in 2019, I think it was, when he did the piece on blockchain and crypto. Blockchain is everything you don't understand about computers and everything you don't understand about finance on crypto combined. And I thought that was so apropos because the real thing around mass adoption is the requirement of education right now. And it's much different when we think about Web 2 to Web 3. Web 2 was, hey, we're going to give you this free product or service that has so much value in it that you're going to take the time to figure it out. You're going, because at the other side, you now have something that you can utilize within your workflow at no cost while we mine your data in exchange, which is totally fine, right? But that was the incentive. That was the carrot. Now we have to do things that are really around earn and learn, like the stuff we see with Coinbase, right? How do you incentivize people to learn these new tools? Because it is a shift in discipline. It's not around, hey, you now have this thing that takes care of a task, but now becomes part of your workflow. Because we often say that Web 2 is folks plugging into the internet, kind of like you land on Facebook and you click their accept cookies or whatever their terms. And next thing you know, you just, agreed to a 130-page document. Where in this, the internet is going to plug into the individual, which means they have to understand how to manage their own world, which is very intimidating. But there's a whole abundant world that comes with that. And so we're seeing that the best projects and the best adoption is really coming through very calculated and focused education.